Hi, Instacart shoppers or customers or other gig workers. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Sarah, and this is Instacart Pearls of Wisdom. And I've got my Joy Jolt double walled Irish whiskey glass, but alas, it just has very strong espresso strength black coffee. Took me many decades to get to black coffee. My God, the stuff I used to put in it. I was one of those when keto first came out with the bulletproof coffees with the butter and the coconut oil and the, oh my God, keto creamer, which I loved. Yeah, but I finally got to black, so that's good. I'd rather eat my calories than drink them, if you know what I mean. So she said. Anyway, here we are, and today is my first day going to be doing Doug, Drive Up and Go for Shaw's. I completed all my computer onboarding. I have one more meeting with HR. Yes, this is for a position at a grocery store where I'll probably be bagging most of the day as the new program catches on. But all that you have to go through, it is incredible. I guess that's just how corporation connies do their thing, don't they? So yesterday I did all of the gig work that I have. I did Uber People, I did Uber Eats, I did Instacart, and I guess those are the three things. And so I have the two cars. The Camry is for, the little trips, and the well, actually, I do Instacart in it now. Twice I've gotten bagged though where the water has slid behind my thermal cooler and I don't see it at the time of delivery and I've had to go back. Yeah, not fun. But so I use the Edge for People because it's got like clearance. You don't have your entire setup in it, the office. I do have the office and the front seat part, but the coolers and the little red wagon from Walmart, don't you know? All that stuff, it's like it's there for people. And of course, being on Cape Cod, you get people going to the islands, Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket, or coming from the islands, going to the airport, going to rent a car, so there's a lot of ferry, airport, car rental, bus terminal type thing with people with luggage. So I need the back clear and I need the three people that I can fit in it clear. So I had to keep coming back because in air conditioning season, as you probably know, you could sit there and just watch your gas gauge go down. You don't even have to put your foot on the pedal, right? So driving the Edge all day would have been probably $30, So I need to switch the cars. So I'd quick come home and grab my wallet and the right keys and it was pretty funny. But so it was a busy day, but every dollar was hard earned in the switcheroos that I did. But I love it, and I'm glad I have the different options. It's a luxury first world problem for sure. So sure enough, the 2.5 gallon thing of Poland Spring water that was hiding behind the cooler. Of course, they reported it missing. So, when I reported fraud, I said they should be charged for it because I drove clear across the Cape and bumper to bumper traffic to make sure that they got it. So I don't think that any customers think to call back and have that sort of missed or damaged item corrected. They don't know. It doesn't really hurt us, but so my rating is at 4.98 and it will sit there all day today like that because I'm going to be doing my little in-store thing. And so I'm delighted about that. It was interesting having people back. Ironically, my name is Sarah. I'm in recovery from alcoholism. And the first woman I picked up was a woman named Sarah with an H in recovery for her alcoholism. So I'll never forget my first ride back into Uber world of people with what her name was and who she was. And she had flaming red hair. And I took her to a place that sells cigarettes, a gas station for cigarettes, and then back home again. Kind of cute. So, so anyway, I'm looking forward to it. Having people in the car again was interesting. It's like I realize how I can perhaps talk to people when I'm alone in the car. People that don't go right on red because they're from another state and they don't know about the right on red and things like that. And so I caught myself today, kind of nudging the horn to like have Granny, and that's coming from me, a 70-year-old with gray hair. Granny was not taking a right on red, which could have saved me a whole 8 seconds of my life, or in getting the order of Apple gizmos for a woman's computer from Best Buy, and Instacart would have, don't you know? So it's all good. It's all interesting. I've been listening to these videos where bots, kind of just butt into somebody's order and take it and do all that stuff. And it's just amazing. I don't know what's going on out there, but I'm grateful that I have the options and don't rely on one app for your income, because clearly it's quite precarious. I like that word when it comes to apps. It is a precarious position we find ourselves in with how easily we could lose our flow of income. So always, as I know, I'm the same way. I kind of like Instacart. I like the whole idea of shopping. The rest of it, they can, go pound sand, because Instacart isn't nice to us as shoppers. But I love the shopping part. I love the bagging my own. I love the staging of it when I deliver it. I like the contact. It's nice when you have somebody that responds all the way through. I had a lady yesterday, and she's staying in probably a $2 million condo, probably a rental, like for a month or something. That's how those kind of people will do those sort of places, or maybe it's all hers. But she ordered things like, she wasn't responsive, and she ordered certain type of eggs, certain type of organic milk, certain type of, and she didn't put replacements. And people that, are kind of in that organic world, they are particular. I'm kind of one of them with items, like I prefer my such and such organic, but if this isn't organic, that's okay. We have our little gradations of purity, right? So, and she wasn't responding, and I felt really bad. And so I kept apologizing at the end. I said, I'm sorry, but, the seeded rye that you didn't want doesn't exist at the store. I never seen it at that store. And so would you like this instead? There's Pepperidge Farm, there's store brand, there's Arnold. They all have seeded rye. And she never answered, but you don't know, and I've got, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't, right? And so I opted for the damned if I don't. If you got to pick one, and as shoppers, we have to pick one. So if you're a shopper, if you're a customer now and you're listening, put, in your notes, when we see a customer's choice, we know that that's a bogus Instacart thing just to have us do that, and then we get punished, right? Or maybe it is okay, but the customer's not putting that. But sometimes customers put in notes, any organic whole milk is okay if, out of stock. And so, when I got to the house, the lady answered the door. She had a sleepy little toddler in her arms, and she said, that's okay, I understand. And she said, we were sleeping, so I couldn't respond. And I said, oh, when did you put in the order? And she said, last night. And they, texted back that it would be an early morning delivery, if that's okay. So her husband was up at the little corner store buying the bread and the eggs and the milk. And I bet they didn't have the organic stuff that she wanted, but she was very nice. And, I felt bad, she felt bad, but it wasn't a nasty not feeling bad. She just knew that was it. But if you're a customer and you usually ask for Stonyfield organic milk, and, we're not going to get it. If you're a veteran, you're damned if you don't and damned if you do, so you opt for the don't. I'm going to refund. Same thing with the organic eggs. If they don't have the Pete and Jerry organic egg that you want, put that Nellie's are okay, or another type of organic egg is okay. It just helps, it helps the shopper, but it would go in the notes because when we see a customer's choice, after my Tostitos lady, I know, they don't put in that little blue star that we see that says customer's choice. That isn't the customer's choice. That's Instacart's choice, just like the yellow one is with the recommended. That's Instacart's choice to just get one more item where they can charge their fees and take their cut and all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So that was my day yesterday, a little taste of everything except DoorDash. And I just got an email message. I don't know if this means that Grubhub has accepted me or not, but it says that you can now just do on-demand shopping or on-demand Grubhubbing. DoorDash is still a schedule, which I just stopped doing last week because it was just too painful and frustrating. And why add that to your day of frustration? It's enough that we get there and they've got new help that doesn't have a clue about us gig workers coming in, or, the line is out the doorway and they still have a closed lobby, and yet everybody's vaccinated, but we're still required to wear masks. It's a crazy world out there. So we have enough stress entering into our workday without adding more to it. And so keeping things as simple as possible, nothing like a smooth shop. Is there anything as nice as a smooth shopping experience? I love it. Now, I know that Monday mornings are sometimes tough because a lot of stuff is out of inventory. But what I'm noticing, and I'm sure I'll notice it more being a Doug worker in store, is how the managers or directors or the ones that run, like produce or meat or the grocery aisles, dairy, they seem to take off like Tuesdays and Wednesdays because they're needed for the rest of the week, right? And you don't necessarily have a strong number 2 or number 3 in your world of workers in your like dairy department that can step in and restock. And so the restocking people too, perhaps it's just a summer gig for them and they're just learning. Although the store that I begin in today, a man that I've known from, my 12-step meetings was coming out and hopping into his Mercedes, don't you know, and he does overnights. And he says he loves it, what he's paid and the benefits and all the vacation time. He says, Sarah, I have 7 weeks of vacation time and I work overnights. It's like I could take the whole summer off if I wanted to. And it's like, great. I don't know if they have the buyback thing, but I used to do that at one job that I had. So anyway, it was fun running into him. And so I'll see him probably when I go in. And so it's just going to be interesting to learn, a little back door of the industry, to go behind the scenes and see the dairy department and the meat department and, those closed doors that are like refrigerated areas where they live and the product lives and then the stock clerks live. So I'm looking forward to it because I do love everything about shopping. I love the industry. I love what they tell us, the new products that come out. It's always fun. And it's just too bad that we didn't have the support from the company that we are ambassadors for, right? So, well, I've got to get my butt in gear for work. A paycheck. Woo, who knew? Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah with Instacart Pearls of Wisdom. And I'll see you here the next time with my cuppa, my bathrobe, and my tails. Bye-bye for now. Thank you.